All right, guys, here we go with PYT 727. This is Donruss Baseball. Grab those last teams. Teams in yellow are available. We're looking for stained glass out of here. 24 packs, 8 cards per pack. We should have 3 autos or mims per box on average. We'll have a combination of those. Next day autographs are possible in here. 85 Donruss buyback autographs possible as well. Good luck to everybody in this break. This is one I'm going to open all the packs before we start. We got 24 of them here. So bear with me as I do that real quick. While I'm doing this, you guys still have time to grab your team. You have time to get your guesses in as well. We have 2 more breaks tonight. I forgot what else we have left. We got Prism Baseball first off the line. Forgot about the Prism. That'll be a good one. And then we have Certified Football. That Certified Football, I believe, is full, but we had spots in both baseball breaks. Now's the time to grab those. And that link is pinned in the chat. There's a code to get 10% off. Again, we will be back Thursday as well, 9 p.m. Central. Future break schedules where you can find those breaks that we're doing Thursday. We got our schedule made. That's a good way to find out what's coming up next before we send out the messages. We always do the messages either day before or day of the break. So that future break schedule, you can get a sneak peek of what's coming up as we put the schedules together. Every now and then they will change before we send out messages, but I'd say 90% of the time, once we put them on the schedule, that's how it is. Sometimes we just rearrange if something's not selling as quick as something else, and we'll just swap them out as it gets closer to the time. But again, that'll also show you what's listed. If you want to know every break that we have listed on there, there's a link to those breaks as well. A couple more packs here to open. And we had some spots left in this one as well. If you guys want to grab them real quick before we get started, get those guesses in. You do not have to be in the break to guess. The player on the last auto for 20 in credit. We got the last 2 packs here. It could be one of those frustrating breaks too. I can tell some of these cards, I forget they're upside down, and it's just kind of annoying. Going through these with that. All right, guys, we got them all open here. Let's go through it. There's Rhett Lowerner, Alex Gordon, Jim Palmer, Don Mattingly. There's Manny Ramirez. That is out of 149. Randy Johnson. Rated prospect, J.D. Dix. Carter Holton rated prospect. We got Heston Kersett. We have Jake Peavy, Juan Marichal, Deion Sanders, Austin Wells, Marvels of Aaron Judge, Rated prospect, Augustin Ramirez, Sebastian Walcott, Jackson Churio, James Wood, Manny Ramirez, Eddie Matthews, Alex Gordon, Cal Ripken Jr. This is an optic out of 199 for Baltimore. That's it for the Orioles there. Thatcher Hurd, Connor Griffin, Jim Rice, Jacob Wilson, Kumar Rocker, Ryan Braun, Bucky Dent, Connor Norby on the red out of 99, another optic. Cooper Pratt. That was David Shields, Luis Angel Acuna, Edgar Martinez, Cliff Lee, Chipper Jones, and we have Pee Wee Reese, Barry Larkin milestones. Here's a filler and a card behind it. Chase Dolander, Malcolm Moore, Austin Wells, Evan Carter. There's Jim Cott, Pee Wee Reese again. We got a rated prospect of Ryan Waldschmidt, James Tibbs, Nick Kurtz, Luis Baez, Tony Oliva, Will Clark, Kobe Mayo, Johnny Bench, Jim Rice, Luis Angel Acuna. There's another filler. Walker Janik, Pink Hintz, Frank Thomas, Connor Norby, Debbie Matthews, Thomas Sagasi for the Cardinals. You guys grab those last few spots before we shut down the break. And grab your spots in the Prism baseball. First off the line, PYT 728 coming up next. Reggie Jackson out of 199. There's our first auto. Signature Series William Kempner. That is going to Miami. Pitcher William Kempner is the auto guess. Stack here. Picoa Roby. Owen Cassie. Ozzie Smith. Nolan Ryan. Craig Biggio. Pink Hints on the Black Velocity. That is an optic out of 39. Nice hit for the Cardinals. Kevin Culpepper. Marcelo Meyer. Roman Anthony. Christian Moore. Nick Yorkie. Miguel Tejada. Von Rodriguez. Prince Fielder. Johnny Mize for the Giants. King Griffey Jr. The optic hollow there. Franklin Arias. Dylan Head. Dwight Gooden. Jake Arrieta. Jace Young. Ian Kinsler. Luis Angel Acuna. Brett Loader. Seaver King. Levi Sterling. Top of these real fast, then we'll go through the second stack. Get those guesses in for the player on the last auto for 20 credit. Grab your Prism first off the line spots. We did have spots left in this one as well. Certified football in the night. So if you guys are waiting on those breaks, you guys can stick around, get your guesses in for the players on these last autos. To earn yourself 20 credit. You can use that in our shop for any breaks, packs, or boxes. Here we go. Dustin Pedroia. Andrew Jones. Dylan Cruz. Pablo Sandoval. Cliff Lee. Yadier Molina. Cam Caminetti. Bryce Eldridge. Jim Leland. Carlos Beltran. Pedro Martinez. Robin Ventura. Out of 250. 250 out of 250. That is Terry Francona. A little dinged up corner there. The rest of it's nice. There's George Lombard. Kendall George. Braylon Daughtry. Steve Bloss. Terry Francona again, but on base, Colt Keith. There's Arte. Chipper Jones. Milestones. George Brett. Spencer Jones. Trey Morgan. Alex Rodriguez. Paul Skeens. Will Wagner. Lou Gehrig. Blake Burke. Austin Bateman. Billy Emick. Chase Burns. David Ortiz. Willie Stargell. Darren Baker. Bobby Witt Jr. Out of 199, 174 out of 199. That's Bryce Cunningham for the Yankees, I believe. Roman Anthony. Charlie Condon. Ben Hess. Jack Leiter. We have Adam Wainwright. Andrew Walters. Okay, we got two more breaks tonight, guys. There's Tim Hudson. Edgar Martinez. Unleashed Kumar Rocker. Brock Wilken. Brody Brecht. Jordan Lawler. Catfish Hunter. John Smoltz. Rhett Loader. Arlen Cava. And we have Dylan Cruz, rookie auto. Nice hit for the Nationals. Dylan Cruz out of 35, 16 out of 35 there. Okay, guys, we have two more breaks tonight. We got Carson Williams, Dalton Rushing, Lester Posey, Tony Perez, Junior Caminero, Mike Schmidt, Jace Jung, Sasaki, Sargenti, Andy Alcantara, Mariano Rivera, Reggie Jackson, Roger Clemens, Hurston Waldrop, Evan Carter, coming attractions, Roman Anthony, Bryce Matthews, Matt Shaw, Greg Maddux, Aaron Judge, Bobby Miller, Nolan Ryan out of 250. Except for the Rangers. Griff O'Farrell, optical rated prospect. Then we got the Jersey Kings of Brendan Sparat. That is going to the Mets. Nice one there. Cam Smith. Trey Savage. Mike Mussina. Brett Campaneris. Sammy Sosa. Billy Martin. Jim Cobb. Cam Smith on the bomb squad. Bubba Chandler. Cash Mayfield. Mike Piazza. Michael Young. Jim Thome. Brooks Lee. Carson Williams. Jet Williams. Cole Young. Enrique Bradfield. Jimmy Rollins. About done with this one. Jeff Bagwell. Yardier Molina. Ricky Henderson. Ian Kinsler. We got a Gary Sheffield bomb squad. This one's numbered out of 199. Theo Gillen, Jesus Mate. Rated prospects to end it. Let's top load recap, then we'll move on to our Prism first off the line. Like I said, we got 2 more breaks left tonight. We will be back again on Thursday. (9 p.m. Central). We have 1 baseball, 1 football break left tonight. Grab those first off the line spots out of Prism Baseball. Look at those short or low numbered shimmers. Have a chance of the color blast. Plus other ultra rare stuff. We'll have probably 3 autos, 3 to 4 autos in that box. That is coming up next. All right, let's do a recap for this one. These are numbered parallels. Out of 250, we have the Terry Francona. Out of 199, Bryce Cunningham. Out of 250, Nolan Ryan. Jersey Kings, Brandon Sparat. Bomb Squad out of 199, Gary Sheffield. Manny Ramirez out of 149. Cal Ripken out of 199. Connor Norby out of 99. Reggie Jackson out of 199. Pink Hintz out of 39. William Kempner on the auto. And Dylan Cruz was the guest of the break. Auto out of 35. All right, guys, that does it for Donruss Baseball. Let's move on to our Prism Baseball break. Let's update our title here. '25 Prism first off the line PYT